Hey guys, Frank here, and welcome to another episode of How Did I Shoot This One? And this one, I absolutely love the outcome. It was totally not expected this way. Now, during the workshops, as you know, we always try to push my limits because, hey, let's be honest, I've been teaching workshops for so long, it can get very boring if you always do the same stuff. So I love to work with props, different backdrops, and of course, different stylings. And this time, I set something up with the idea it's going to be simple, and it totally blew my mind. It's the material. Now, when we choose our backdrops, we can of course choose from a lot of different backdrops from Click Backdrops. Those are awesome. We have them in vinyl and pro fabric. You can build whole sets from them. And otherwise, well, we still have all the walls in our studio with custom paints and structures, but sometimes you want something more. And this is where party stores are absolutely awesome. For a few bucks, you can buy great backdrops or props. Now, in this case, we choose a background material of holographic prints. And you might wonder like, hey, what's holographic prints? Well, that's the same thing that I had. When you look at it, you can see that it all glitters and shines. And I was just going like, this would be awesome for a backdrop. But of course, it's only a few meters wide, and sometimes you want to shoot more. So that's why on the sides, we actually placed some curtains. But you also want to make sure that everything lights up, and you want to make sure that you use that holographic material. And this is a tip I always give people when you find new materials. For example, if you go to a do-it-yourself store. Take your phone and very simple, just turn on your flashlight and just hold it over the material you want to buy. And immediately you will see sparkles or it will just stay dead. Depending on the look that you want, you can buy it or not. For me, it's always something that has to react with my lighting. And in this case, the holographic material is absolutely awesome. But how do you light something like that? Well, first things first, we want to make an open set, a fun set, right? It has to emit a certain quality of fun. So that's why we choose two colors on the sides. On one side, I'm using a red gel. On one side, I'm using a blue gel. Now, red and blue are on the same axis of the color triangle, and red and blue are also emotional colors. For example, red, love and hate, both sides of the spectrum. Blue, a little bit more distance or cold, but together they always create something interesting and fun for me. So, red on one side, blue on the other side, and in this case, I'm aiming the strobes down with a grid, so make sure that we have a nice beam of light. And that already emits a nice quality of light on our model. Now on the back I'm using a red backdrop that's very reflective and one extra strobe with a red gel aimed at that backdrop to create that nice flow of light behind our model. But now the holographic material, we want to make sure that that holographic material really shows up and starts to shine and create that holographic look. And that's why we need strobes under an angle with a very harsh quality of light. But I don't want a harsh quality of light on our model. And that's where we use the Fresnel. Now the Fresnel is an amazing light spot. First of all, you can zoom it on your model, but it also creates a beautiful light quality. It has all the characteristics of hard light, but also a lot of the characteristics. I'm Dutch, so you know, that's a real tongue breaker. It looks very nice, let me put it that way. So it looks soft and it looks hard at the same time. And that's what I love about the Fresnel. Plus, of course, it's a great tool to get some extra light out of your strobes because it also, of course, due to the Fresnel, amplifies your light output. Now, when we place the Fresnel under a certain angle, you can really see that that material is starting to shine. You really see those sparkles. What I didn't take into account was that at one point I asked my model to just spread her arms and lean forward. And that's the image that blew my mind. Because he's leaning forward, the material, of course, is wrapping around our model, and that's create a beautiful light spectacle. And that shot, the moment it came in, I was going like, yeah, that was not expected, but I absolutely love the outcome. So let's go to the studio, let's see the lighting setup, and of course our model Linda and the final results. Now, as you can see, backdrops shouldn't be expensive and don't have to be expensive. Just go to the party store, buy some cool stuff, check it with your phone, and create some cool images. Add some little colors, and you're done and ready. Now, you might wonder, hey Frank, in the images I didn't see the curtains. What did you do? Yeah, well, in the end, when I did my Photoshop work, there was only a small part with curtains, and somehow it just took my mind off the whole nice and reflective material. So this time in Photoshop, I decided to cut off the edges and use artificial intelligence to fill it in. Yes, I know, I'm not a big fan of it, but in this case, I did it for a normal fashion shoot. And let's be honest, it just helps the shot, so no problem there. Thank you so very much for watching, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Smash the like button and, of course, the notification bell. But most of all, tell other people about our channel so we can grow. See you again next time with some shiny materials. Or maybe not. It just depends. See you next time. Bye, guys.